the idea that we had, the last board meeting of the year, we usually feels sort of festive, and it's been hard to feel festive, I think, for a lot of people this year. So we thought it would be fun to invite our donors and our sponsors to join this meeting, just really so that we can say thank you. When COVID hit in March, I think I wasn't the only one who panicked for a minute and really wondered how the foundation would continue to operate with schools closed and our major fundraiser canceled. And the community has risen to the challenge in a big, big way, and has allowed us to raise the money that we need to raise to continue doing what we do. And yeah, this is our heart. This is like the heart work for the district. So I am enormously grateful for the support that we've had from the community. So we have a couple of slides that we wanted to show. Okay, can you guys see this?
Yep.
Okay, so like I said, just really, this is just a thank you for standing by and supporting the work that we're doing. It has been very interesting this year to see the needs come to the surface. And I think what we have seen is that the needs have just been, all of the existing needs have been exponentially shown to us. All of those societal divides, like the digital divide and the financial hardship in the community, we're just seeing more of that. And then we're also seeing new needs that we never would have thought we would have experienced, and things that we've been jumping in to support that I never would have thought that we would have been paying for. So the challenge was obviously fundraising. Our major fundraisers and everything that we've kind of relied on the last couple of years were canceled. And our strategy was to expand on existing partnerships and really leverage those and build new partnerships so that we could continue doing the work that we're doing and also respond to those new needs. I've included just a few highlights, and this is our impact. $208,000 since March, and I'm actually really pleased with that number, and we're excited to continue doing the work that we're doing into next semester. And this time we have a little bit of preparation, knowing that we're starting the new semester remote. I know that there will be needs, and so we'll be able to respond to those. So the highlights, Shoes to Smiles is one of those programs that we need. Historically, we've worked with kids to make sure that they have shoes that they can wear to school, and without having kids in school and the need to social distance, we had to get flexible. And Trindy LaForge reached out to every school in the district and said, send us as much detail as you can about how many kids need shoes and what their sizes are and what their style preferences are, and we will do what we can to meet that need. And just this week, Trindy has finished delivering over 150 pairs of shoes and socks throughout the district. We, on Monday, did our food boxes. We've also been helping, since March, we've been helping a ton with grocery store gift cards. Families come to school in a pinch and they talk to their nurses and their counselors about the fact that they are hurting at home and need a little bit of help. And I've been keeping those professionals stocked with a small supply of grocery store gift cards that they can pass along. The other thing that I think is really indicative of the school year that we're in is our Amphi Academy online. Amphi always had an online school, but this year the enrollment in that school grew exponentially. The K-5 school is now our largest school in our largest elementary school in the district, and we probably should have expected that, but didn't necessarily. And so when they came to us with a request to purchase a whiteboard and a dry erase marker for every student, we were really happy to be able to support that. And I have a little video from their principal that I'm going to show here in a minute. And then just all of these things that we didn't expect that, or we didn't think about the fact that our high school seniors last spring were not going to have their traditional graduation ceremony. And people in the district got creative and figured out a way to make that ceremony happen, even if they had to piece together photos and speeches. And the foundation was so proud to be able to fund the broadcast of those ceremonies on KOLD one Saturday morning in May last spring. And we have one of the students who is in that, in one of those broadcasts here joining us today. And then as we headed into the fall, the big focus was on the digital divide. And as Todd mentioned, the foundation has always purchased laptops for the school district, but this year it was, you know, all that much more important that we continue that support. And we have been partnering with Cox and Comcast to provide internet for students so that they can log on from home. I'm hoping that by the end of this school year, we will have helped up to 300 homes, which is in many cases more than one Amphi student in the home with internet from home. And then the other thing that we did, and this is just one of those, we're trying to be creative and trying to find the needs and meet them. And we received a grant from the Community Food Bank to fund the first year's salary for an instructional technology support professional for the district. And that is a person who is able to help with all of the connectivity issues that kids and parents inevitably run up against with this online learning. So those are the highlights. We are not done yet. We're going to keep going, and we just, you know, this is work that we couldn't do without our support from donors and sponsors and volunteers. Before I click out of this screen, I just want to show you this very sweet video that was sent to us by the principal of Amphi Academy Online.
I want to thank you for your support this year.
We can hear it. That's
okay.
KOK5 has grown to 700 students since we wrote the school grant back in September. Although we couldn't purchase everything we had hoped, our greatest need were whiteboards and markers for our students so they could clearly show the teacher their work. The foundation has made our students' world sunny as they navigate online learning. Our students wanted to thank you for your generous donation. You can see from the photos what a difference these whiteboards make. With all of the supplies, all families received a small card acknowledging the foundation. We truly appreciate your support. Thank you very much for everything you do to support the students of Amphi Academy Online K-5 and the Amphitheater School District. Have a great day.
Nice.
Okay. So that's just a quick little roundup of some of the work that we've done, and a thank you from Wendy. And I know that we have some other people on the call that would like to express their gratitude. Audrey, do you want to go first?
Sure, yeah.
So introduce yourself first, please, and then you can thank all of our donors and supporters.
So I'm Audrey Sattler. I graduated last year. I was actually senior class president too for student government at Ironwood. And it was we got more than I think normal graduation gets. We got like signs in our yard. We got all these like super cool Ironwood like cards and stuff. The game passes and stuff like that. We got so much recognition. And I actually got to go to KOLD to film I did the Pledge of Allegiance last year. I didn't do a full speech, but I got to actually go film that, which was super cool. And watching it was cool because I actually got to watch it with like my family and like people who I was quarantining with, which was really special because not everybody could go because you can only bring like 4 people. But it was amazing. Like it was so great. Thank you so much.
And most importantly, Audrey is a future teacher. So
Yeah, and I actually hope to teach a painted sky. I have to do Title I in the beginning, so that wouldn't be very possible, but I could do it later, hopefully.
yeah.
We got you,
Thanks,
Audrey.
Audrey.
Thank you. Good to see you.
You too.
That's awesome. Hi, everybody. My name's Fabian Cordova. Thanks, Audrey, for doing that. I just wanted also to thank you all. I'm serving as chair this year for the Amphi Foundation. And I see awesome attendance here. I see Wendy, and let's see, I'll go down the line here. AJ, Jason, Michael, Annette, Alice, the Davises, Chris. Thanks so much. I really, really appreciate everything that that you all have done for us. And you know, if you were on the call when Leah started her presentation, you heard her, you know, starting to get emotional, kind of the way I am right now. But I think that's what I love about this foundation. It's I've been on it for I think going on 3 years now, and I can hardly think of any meeting where I haven't learned something from what we've done, from someone who's received money from something. And there has never been a time when that I don't get teary-eyed, because it's just amazing the impact we're having. And the reality is that it starts with Leah every day in the office, and her pushing us to do the next best thing, and her looking for the opportunities and having a great relationship with the district, and having Todd here on the call, our district superintendent, knowing that we're always looking for the best next thing to do for the district, our kids, our teachers, our staff, and hopefully just providing some sense of peace of mind for our parents as well. Those that might need some food on a given day or need some computer help or whatever it may be. And that's what we're doing here. And so we definitely could not do it without our sponsors. And so I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. We have a lot to be grateful for. And it's really easy when we look back at the impact we have to see that, you know, there's so much for us to be grateful for, and it has a lot to do with our sponsors. So thank you from my perspective.
We have a number of principals on the call today, and I just want to give you guys an opportunity if anybody wants to raise their hand and say something about the impact that the foundation has had in your school community over the years. Mr. McConnell, do you want to go first?
Sure thing. So I want to thank for the support. I want to thank everyone for the support. This has been a truly interesting year, and we're trying to navigate this as best we can. And you know, the big things that you're doing have been amazing, but you know, for me, it's a lot of the little things. Teachers are notorious for just spending money. Oh, we're going to do this. I'll stop at the store and grab that. And over the course of the year, you know, I'll say something. Oh, there's only $5. There's only $10. And over the course of the year, they're doing that every week, and it's adding up quickly. So I wrote a grant to the foundation, and Leah was able to get me a $500 gift card to Home Depot and a $500 gift card to Walmart. And so those are available to my teachers, and we just have a checkout. You can't really see that real well, but it's a checkout on the envelope. They sign it out, and then they make a note of what they purchased. And so it's just a way for me to track, so I can give Leah feedback on here's what we've done, here's how we've used this money. And so so far this year, we had a Balloons Over Broadway parade at Thanksgiving. And so our kids had to engineer a float based on a country they studied. Well, some of the kids, you know, we needed supplies for that. So the teachers, Miss Barrett was able to check out the Walmart card, go buy supplies to support kids in that. Had a teacher where we had some kids who just need some fine motor support. So she was like clay, fatter pencils, shorter pencils, that kind of thing. We had kids studying erosion, and we had an area on the campus where the runoff was creating erosion. So instead of calling facilities, they fixed it with creating a path. And they also created a shortcut to the computer lab, because walking, at 8, 10 years old, 25 extra feet would be exhausting, but they solved the problem. So it was really cool to see that. I use the path myself, so I can't go there too far. We have many habitat projects they were working on. We have garden spaces, so they're buying gardening materials, because teachers are like, oh, it's just a bag of soil. Again, $4, $5, $6 every single week adds up. Our chemistry club needed supplies to do some things that we can send home with kids. So it's just a lot of these little things. And then I also anticipate when we do kind of a resource pickup for when we come back in virtual learning, we're going to need to buy, stuff for STEM kits to send home. So it's great that we have quick access to money so that teachers, because the other thing we capitalize on, all teachers, Innovation Academy, and around our district, is those teachable moments. So when an idea comes up, we can jump on it straight away, do it the next day, as opposed to, waiting, to go. I mean, sometimes the procurement process takes a little bit of time with vendors and delivery and that sort of thing. And so if it takes 4 or 5, 6 days, you'll lose the momentum on the, the student excitement. So it's great that we can the teachers can check it out on their way out, bring me back receipts, make a note what they did. So it's just little things like this that mean a ton to our teachers and keep them from reaching into their pockets, which they're notorious for doing. So thank you for your support. And this has been absolutely amazing for my staff this year, and they're very excited about it.
Thanks, Michael.
Anyone else want to jump in, or do any of our donors have any questions or comments?
If we're jumping in, I'll jump in. My name is AJ Malice. I'm the principal over at Amphi High School. Leah asked us to talk about the years of support. Unfortunately, I just started in July, but I can speak from July to now about the incredible resource that our foundation is to our school and to our community. For us, the biggest thing that the foundation did for us this year is we put in for a grant with all of our devices going out to our kids. We were really concerned about protecting our devices, and it's not something that we've ever had to think about before. Handing out these Chromebooks to our kids who may or may not have, a backpack or a laptop bag to protect the device in order to get it back to us in working condition. So we came up with an idea here on campus. It was really, we thought it was very outlandish and kind of out there to buy little laptop bags for each of our kids. Well, it's amazing when you say it's a outlandish idea, and the foundation made it a reality right away. And we had those laptop bags in-house and in our kids' hands within about a week or a week and a half. And it's been an amazing resource for our kids and our families who would have never been able to go out and get that bag and use that bag every day. And you walk around campus, you see them everywhere. So it was a tremendous gift to protect what we already have on top of the Chromebooks that are coming from the foundation. So I can speak for the 6 months that I'm overwhelmed with what the foundation does for our school and our families. And it makes me really, really proud and humbled to be a part of a district that has this kind of support around it and providing it for our families. So huge thank you from our school.
Thanks, AJ.
Go ahead, Chris.
So I'd like to jump in. I've been with the district for quite a while, and I've seen all the years how much support the foundation has given. The two things I kind of want to focus on are the basic needs. I was the principal at Holloway, so taking care of the basic needs of the students. And then over the course of 10 years in administration, you hired lots of new teachers. So the support of the new teachers that foundation provides, what you guys don't get to see every time, is when the kids pick up those bags or get those supplies, or a teacher redoes their room, a new teacher gets to outfit their room with the support of the foundation. So what you don't get to see is the smiles. And that's the fortunate, they kind of equate that support with the principal, but it's really the foundation's work. And so I think really what the foundation does, it creates an overwhelming attitude of support that both teachers and families recognized, but it never stops with the foundation. It automatically filters down to other PTOs and community organizations and staff members that go further and take those initiatives on or branch off and continue to support. So I don't think you guys actually see how it even filters on beyond that. And that's something that I wanted to share. It doesn't stop with just what the foundation does.
That's awesome, Chris. Thanks. Thanks for that perspective.
Hi, I'm Alice Packard. Speaking of basic needs, I'm from the clothing bank, and we're scaled back, but we're still helping families and getting clothes and winter coats and shoes to kids. And I'd just like to say, Leah's incredible. If we call her, she always answers the phone and takes care of whatever needs to be done. The clothing bank is now really a place to be proud of. It looks great. And that's because of the foundation. When I first started working with the clothing bank, it was just, it was horrible. It was sort of dumpy, actually. And now it looks like any other retail used clothing store. And it's a pleasure to work with the foundation and be so supported.
Thanks, Alice.
And Fabian, if I'm repeating myself to some of you who had joined us earlier, I apologize, but I just again want to also extend my thanks to the donors and sponsors who have joined us today, along with the volunteers like Alice, who we just heard from, who make the foundation what it is. It's an organization of caring and love and support in our community. It's interesting. The foundation and the work it does actually has a reputation that extends beyond our district. I talked earlier about meeting with Pima County Health Department and my fellow superintendents, and the Amphi Foundation has come up in my conversation with them in terms of the work that they're aware the foundation doing, the food boxes, the clothing, the Shoes to Smiles. These programs are so important to the children and the staff and the parents of our community, and we are so fortunate in our district to have a foundation to begin with, let alone one that is so effective, that is so committed, that has endured for decades now. And we are doing great things in this foundation, and it's through the support of all of you that is possible. And I cannot thank you enough. I simply cannot.
Thanks, Todd. Anybody else? I see we might have just had someone else join us here. Mark?
Jump in if that's okay, Fabian.
Sure.
Go ahead, Carol.
Hi, I'm Carol Tracy. I'm the principal at Mesa Verde Elementary and also a board member. And I just want to thank our sponsors and donors. 15 years ago, I'm going to cry too, Leah. 15 years ago, as a teacher, I got a smart board from the foundation into my classroom, and I just saw the impact that the foundation had on kids and all of us. I can't not cry, you guys. And I'm so grateful for everything the foundation continues to do for our kids. Yesterday, I got to hand out shoes that Trinity brought over to 5 of our kids, and they had the biggest smiles, and the moms and dads were crying, and of course I cried. But just the impact from a smart board to a water bottle to shoes, over the years, I've just seen this foundation do so many wonderful things for our kids. And it's so much a tribute to all of our volunteers and our sponsors, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you.
Thanks, Carol.
Can I say something?
Absolutely, go ahead.
Hi, my name's Jason Weaver. I am the principal at Harrelson Elementary School. And I just want to say, not only thank you so much for all that you've done, both our donors and the members of the foundation. But kind of echo some of the same thoughts, that even Todd started with. I've had the privilege of having experience in a few different school districts, and some not, out of state here as a principal and a teacher. And never have I seen a foundation that can have the impact that the Amphi Foundation has on our kids. I mean, it's mind-blowing to know what an amazing resource we have, and just the willingness to do whatever it takes. I feel like when we reach out, it's not a no, it's how can we figure this out for your kids. And it's true, there's like these huge impactful things that I've seen the Amphi Foundation do, and the way that the foundation has helped us pivot as a district between remote learning and hybrid learning, and the resources and this investment in technology and internet access, and really trying to close the digital divide among our kids, as well as ultimately the achievement gaps. It makes a difference. And then it's these small moments that are just as impactful, that just are game changers for kids. And it's been brought up a couple times already, but shoes. Just this year, a family impacted by COVID, parents lost their jobs. They moved to Tucson, and they weren't coming to school. They didn't have shoes. They didn't have a way to get shoes. And it's just these basic needs that we can, provide for our kids because of what you do, and how just quickly we can access those resources is huge. So thank you for the huge things that you do for Harrelson and for our district, and then the small things that you do for our kids, because they make a huge difference.
I hope that what you have picked up here is that we have, like Fabian said, so much to be grateful for. We also have a lot of work to do, and I am competitive. I always feel like we can be doing more, and if there's a need out there that we can possibly meet, we're going to try to do it. So we appreciate the support from all of our donors and our sponsors. I think I've written about this in my letters before, that the support from the community allows us to say yes, and the ability to say yes in a time that is hard and in a funding situation that's not adequate is just huge. So we really appreciate all of the support, and we're looking forward to seeing what we can do together throughout the next year or more. So happy holidays to everybody.
Yes, couldn't think of a better way to close off the year. And thanks everybody for being on the call, and happy holidays to everybody.